All right, hello everyone. Here we are, hole 9. Now let me think about what I want to do here. I'd like to get this down as far as possible for the potential for that bump. You saw me try to use the slope. It's actually really hard to kind of do, I believe. It is going to be doable, but what I think is going to happen more than not is you'll end up missing right because it almost takes too much slope coming in at that angle, especially with the side wind kind of pushing it even that much more to the right. So what I would kind of recommend would be either dead ball, if you have those, or Kingmaker X, for instance. I only have a couple of those. So we're just going to use dead ball here. Plus, not to mention, we're not going to need the side spin for the shot that I'm going to play. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to get it down here as far as possible. So I'm going to use my top spin. So let's go ahead. We're going to put on power 4. We're going to, I believe I had a tailwind situation last time. First off, I'm going to definitely do an overplay plus 10%. So 10 rings here. We're going to just back spin it back towards the left against the wind. And I'm just going to try to pretty much blast this as far as I can. So at least 10 rings from here. So there's 5 right into the edge of the rough. The only thing I might do is I might just gracefully come off. I don't think, I'm going to need all of this, especially with as much top spin as I have. So I'd rather focus on some precision. And there you can see I just great balled off to the left. I'm hoping, I do believe that that probably won't cost me. But it almost did. So you can see with all that top spin, we should be down here far enough now that we can take advantage of this hole being able to get down there. So, having that extra, a POC 5 or POC 6, a POC 7, you are going to have an advantage because, in my opinion, if we get down there farther, it's going to make the eagle, the albatross chance, much more manageable. And I believe I used about plus 20% earlier, in the neighborhood of that. So that's what I'm going to do here, plus 20. And I'm just going to play it just a shade under 1 per ring on my Cataclysm. Let's just take a look at what this looks like. So I am just probably a little bit short of where I want. Let's just see if I can't cheat this fairway a little bit. I'll try to come in like this. So let's try to do this. 10.6 rings. Let me just try to offset this just slightly, kind of right there. 10.6 rings. You can see that I'm just kind of going to tilt my wind just slightly to keep it from launching. So 10.6, I'm going to just kind of wing it here. Perfect ball. Let's just see how this comes in. Oh, not too bad. So you can see that I gave it a very good run there. It's, in my opinion, going to be your best opportunity there to be able to get that. You can see that I offset the guide, and also in addition to offsetting the guide, I pulled an extra 20%, and I was able to get it down there and give it a chance. Now, I don't know whether or not I should just go ahead and play this out, or if I should forfeit out. I'm at the even par number. I want to make sure that I definitely don't qualify. You would think -2, especially on this setup. This course isn't actually overly challenging. So I would assume that it would probably be okay for me to play this out and try to win this. So we'll do that. I'm cool with that. I'm assuming my opponent does make this pitch, even though it is going to be, a little bit challenging. I do believe probably he did make it, because I haven't seen anybody birdie this hole yet. So to be having a replay where both players birdied doesn't seem too likely. So I'm almost assuming, you know, this definitely went in for sure. So we'll just take a look at the shootout, see what it looks like. I'll try to win it. You know, hopefully you guys like this approach. And if you have a POC 6, a POC 7, for instance, like I mentioned, similarly with a Thor 6, I would imagine you could get down here as well, especially with a gear ball. So with a gear, ooh, didn't make it. I can't believe it. Cannot believe. So with a gear ball, as I was mentioning, you can make up for some of that distance and still be able to get it up there that far to be able to kind of replicate what I'm doing there. So, you know, good luck with that hole, guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow for some more revisions. I'm only going to do one more set for you guys. I'm assuming, you know, you guys can handle it from here. Once you see kind of the way I'm playing them, you can make the necessary tweaks for yourself. I've already talked about kind of the methodology about as to how, you know, I try to hone in. Like when I make a mistake, you know, I make them either a mental note or, you know, if you need to write them down, you can just say, okay, I went this many rings. You know, you can always think of them in terms of percentages and be like, okay, that was too much. I'm going to have to make a tweak my next time. And that's how the process of you getting better at these rounds takes place. And that's what makes the better tournament players, is being able to essentially memorize setups. It's kind of annoying. You know, I really don't like to do it. I kind of hate tournament play because, you know, I kind of think it kind of levels the playing field and it doesn't really show talent. So I'm not, you know, as, you know, in fact, if you guys didn't see, you know, I took like 10, 12 tournaments off. I don't find them very enjoyable. Okay, you know, I don't like doing the same setup 3, 4 times. It's not fun. That's not fun for me. So, but with that being said, you know, what I'll try to do is, you know, especially for these guides, I'll try to get you as many possible scenarios as I can. And that's why you'll see 3 or 4 setups. So you can basically work through and pick which option best suits your bag. So good luck there, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow.